Hello students, hope you all are good. I once again welcome back to your English online classes. Students, this is the second video of lesson 12, that is crime never pays. In the previous video, I explained the summary. Now it's time for the detailed reading and explanation of this chapter. Now in this video, we will be doing the first part of the detailed reading and explanation of the chapter. So as I told you that it is divided into 5 scenes. So today in this video, we will be doing scene 1, scene 2 and scene 3. So a small reminder regarding the summary, what you studied. It's a play, 3 characters, Birju, Ratan and Hira. And both Birju and Ratan, they were planning. And what was their plan? Throughout, from the beginning to the end of the story, they were always planning to make Hira fool and take away the money. At the beginning, they both of them, that is Birju and Hira, they went to the city, they earned money. When they came back, they decided to hide the money. And meanwhile, on that day itself at night, Birju came and took away the money. And later on, he put all the blame on Hira. But as I said, that the person who are doing bad things are always punished. So there also at the end of the story, we will see that Birju was caught red-handed and Birju was at last punished for his wrong deeds. Now students, it's time for you all to open your course book, place it in front of you, chapter 12, Crime Never Pays. And now get ready for the detailed reading and explanation of this chapter.
Dear students, place your English course book in front of you. Today we will do lesson 12. Crime Never Pays. From your English course book. Page number 125. The theme of this chapter is folktale. Today we are going to do the detailed reading and summary of this chapter. So the title of the chapter is Crime Never Pays. Now, what is the meaning of crime? Crime means some offense which is punishable. That means you have done something wrong and it is punishable. Now let us start with a warm-up. Tell your partner which 2 qualities you consider most important in a person. Also tell him or her 2 qualities that you consider most harmful. So this is a warm-up exercise, and here we have to discuss about 2 good qualities and 2 harmful qualities. Like in good quality students, you can say as honesty, the person who is honest, who speaks truth, kind, generous, helpful. And harmful quality, a dishonest person who tells lies, think about himself only. So the answer may vary as per the person. Students, today in this video we will be doing the first part of the detailed reading and explanation of this chapter, wherein we will be doing scene 1, scene 2 and scene 3. So, let's come to the character. Character means the person who are playing the part. Characters in the play. So, how many characters are there? 4. Birju and Hira, 2 young men in a village. Ratan, Birju's father. Chief, the head of Madhavpur. Now let's see how the story starts. And it's a play, students, so it is written as dialogues. It's not written in paragraph. So now let us do scene 1. So as the curtain moves or as the curtain rises, what is the scene which we all see? Inside of a small mud hut in Madhopur village, Birju and his father are sitting on a cot talking to each other. So, scene 1, it's a scene inside a house, inside of a small mud hut. Students here, small and mud, they are all, both these are describing words. So, inside a small mud hut of Madhopur village, Birju and his father are sitting on a cot and they're talking to each other. Now, what are they talking? Birju is telling, Father, I am tired of being poor. I want to become rich. I have a plan, but I will need Hira's help. So Birju is talking to his father and he's telling that he's fed up of being poor. And in the village, he does not have enough source to earn money. And he also wants to become rich. So he said that he is having a plan. And for his plan, he needs his friend Hira. For his plan to be successful, he needed Hira's help. Here again, students, we come across some describing words like poor, rich. Now let's see Ratan, Birju's father, what he answers. You could ask him. He is your friend, isn't he? Just then, Hira comes to visit. He greets means to wish someone, it's a verb. He greets them and sits down. So as they both were, as Birju was suggesting his plan to his father Ratan, and he said that for his plan he needs Hira. So what happened at the same time while they were talking, Hira came and he first wished both of them, that is Birju and his father, and then he sat down. Now it's Birju's turn to talk. Now what did Birju say? It was Birju's turn to say, It's good you have come, Hira. I wanted to tell you my plan to earn some money. Hira, what is the plan? So as soon as Hira had settled down, now Birju told him his plan. He said that he has a plan. And what was the plan? The plan was to earn some money. Some is adjective here. So Hira also was interested and he asked that please tell me your plan. Now Birju, Hira, what do you think of going to the city and finding new ways of earning money? After all, we have to look after our families. So Birju said that I have a plan, and the plan was that we should go to the city and find out new and different ways to earn money, because we have our families and we have to look after our families also. Here again, students, the word new, it's adjective. So Birju's plan is now clear here, and he told Hira that his plan is to go to the city and find some new ways to earn money, because whatever he was earning or whatever both of them were earning in the village, that was a very less amount, and Birju wanted to become rich. Now Hira, that's a good idea. Let's do it. So Hira was very innocent and a simple person. So he at once agreed and said that okay, it's a good idea and we should definitely go. Now Ratan, Birju's father. Ratan said, God bless you both with wealth and success. Stay together and help each other. So when everything was set, Hira agreed. They decided to go. So now it was time for them to execute their plan. So Ratan was also not having any objection. He wished both of them that they should earn wealth and get success. and at the same time he instructed both of them to stay together and help each other. Dear students, page number 126. Still scene 1. At the end of scene 1, we read that both the friends, Birju and Hira, they decided to go to the city and earn some money so that they can support their family and look after them in a very proper way. Now, what did they do to execute their plan? Let's see here. The two young men set off on their journey the very next day. Over the next few months, they get many jobs. Hira is honest and hardworking, while Birju is lazy and careless. Birju always leaves his share of the work unfinished, which Hira kindly picks up after finishing his own work. A year passes and Birju and Hira have earned a lot of money. They decide to go back to their village. While returning home, they pass through an orchard close to Madhopur. Birju has an idea. Now, this paragraph, student, it's very important. Two young men. Here, students, two and young, both are adjective. And in this paragraph, students, there are many adjectives. Two and young, both are adjective. And they set off on their journey. Journey means a short trip. Next is again adjective here. Any word which tells something more about the noun is an adjective. Again here, next few months, again few is adjective. They get many jobs. Many is adjective. Now, here we come to know, student, about Hira's nature. It is honest and hardworking. These two are again adjective. And these two are good qualities. And Birju's nature, Birju is lazy and careless. So, at the beginning, as I told you, two harmful qualities. Here, Birju is having those two qualities, that is lazy and careless. And again, students, these both are lazy and careless, both are adjectives. And see Birju's nature. Birju, he never completed his work. He always left his work unfinished. And it was Hira who, after completing his work, and students kindly, this word is adverb. After completing his work, he used to complete Birju's work also. So like this, a year passed and they earned a lot of money. And then they decided to come back to their village. And as they were returning back, they passed through an orchard. Orchard means a land with fruit trees. That means an area where only fruit trees are grown. And that place, that orchard was very close to Madhopur. And at that time, Birju again had a plan. That is an idea. Lesson 12, Crime Never Pays. Now, what I read in scene 1. Characters are there in the play. There are three characters, that is Birju, Ratan and Hira. And in scene 1, what we see that in a small house, Ratan and Birju, that is Ratan is father and Birju his son. They both are discussing and Birju is telling that he is fed up of being poor. He wants to become rich and for that he has to go to city to earn some money. And he is even having a plan and his plan is to take Hira along with him. At the same time, Hira was on his way. He called Hira. They had a small conversation there and at last both of them agreed to go to the city to earn good amount of money. The father, that is Ratan, wished them good luck and instructed them to stay together and then they started their journey and they reached the city. In the city, in a course of month,
they changed many jobs and earned a lot of money. And here one line is very important, and that line is that Hira was very honest and hardworking, and Birju used to leave his work half done. And after completing his own work, Hira used to go and help Birju and completed his work. So at the end, the work was finished, completed, and they earned a lot of money. Now, while I was reading this part, that is scene 1, we came across some of the words. Have a look at the board, students. That is lesson 12, crime never pays. The first word you should know the meaning of crime. The word crime is a noun. It means an action which constitutes an offense. That means something wrong and is punishable by the law. That means you are doing some action which is offensive and it is punishable by law. Next, characters. Here, character, it's a noun and it means persons in the play. That means persons who are doing the character. Students, character word is having another meaning, that means to write. Like in computers, please insert this character. But here, it's a noun. The third is play. Again here, students, play. This word has two meanings. One is noun, that is an activity engaged in for some enjoyment or recreation. That is, you can call it a form of a drama. But play, when it is taken as verb, that means someone is playing or doing, I am playing in the field. So that play is verb and it means to play with someone. Next is journey. It's a noun. Journey means traveling from one place to another. And the last word here is plan. It is also a noun. It means a decision about what one is going to do. That means you have made a plan of what you are going to do. Now students, please have a look once again. Crime, noun, an action which constitutes an offense, that is mistake, and is punishable by law. Number 2, characters. Here it is as noun, that means persons in a play. That is Birju, Ratan and Hira. Play, here again it is as a noun, activity engaged in for enjoyment or recreation. Nothing serious. Journey, noun, traveling from one place to another. That means the two of them, that is Birju and Hira, they went on a journey. The last word is plan, again a noun, a decision about what one is going to do.
Scene 2. Birju and Hira are in the orchard with bags of money in their hands. Now, as I told you before scene 2, that means in scene 1, Birju had an idea. And what was the idea is now it is explained in scene 2. So both the friends are standing in that orchard, that is a land where fruit trees are grown. And both of them are having bags of money in their hand. Now let's see the idea. Birju. Now see what Birju says. Birju. Hira, it isn't wise. Wise means intelligent or cleverness. It isn't wise to take so much money to our homes. Everyone will come to us to borrow money. Let's hide some money bag in a pit. Let's hide our money bag in a pit. Pit means a hole, you can say. In a pit under this tree here. So here Birju's plan is revealed. Birju says that they should not take so much of money with them, otherwise everyone will come to borrow money. So they were making a plan to hide their bags full of money in a pit, that is in a hole under a particular tree. So I am repeating it once again. Birju is telling Hira, it isn't wise to take so much money to our homes. Everyone will come to us to borrow money. Let's hide our money bag in a pit under this tree here. And Hira, as I told you here in the beginning only, he is very honest and hardworking. So Hira said, "That's true, Birju. Let's bury." Bury means to dug something and put something inside the ground or under the ground. Bury means to put something under the ground. "That's true, Birju. Let's bury it here and only take a small amount." Small is adjective. "Only take a small amount with each of us." The two of them dig a pit under a tree and put their bags into it. They cover it carefully with mud and dry leaves and go to their homes in the village. At night, Birju tells his father about his adventures. So, as Birju suggested, Hira did the same thing because he was very honest and he had faith on his friend. So, both of them kept their share of money in a pit under a tree and they covered it carefully. Carefully is adverb here. With what? With mud and dry leaves. Dry adjective. And they went to their homes. At night, Birju had a small conversation with his father where he told about his adventure. That is, everything exciting which happened to him. Now, what was the conversation which Birju and Ratan had? After Birju told about all his exciting things which happened with him, after he told his father about all his adventures, that is, all the unusual and exciting experience, then Birju came out with a plan. What did he say? "Father, wasn't it a good thing that I took Hira to work in the city? Now we have so much money. It was entirely my idea. It was because of me that we got all the money. Then, shouldn't it all belong to me, father? I think I should take all the money from the pit." Ratan, clever boy, go quickly then. It is dark. Birju takes a spade, that means a instrument or weapon you can say which is used to dug. Goes to the orchard, takes out all the money. He puts back the empty bags and covers up the pit as before. Now students, this is shocking part what Birju did. Birju had again a different idea in his mind. He said to his father that it was good that he took Hira along with him to the city, but actually it was entirely whose idea? Birju's idea. So whatever money they both have earned, that is the Hira's share also. Hira's share also, it should go to Birju because it was Birju's idea, and because of Birju's idea, Hira earned so much of money. So Birju said that since it was my idea, so the whole thing belonged to him. He felt it was actually did not belong, but he felt that the whole money was his. And when he told this plan to his father, Ratan also did not correct him. That means Ratan, that is Birju's father, he did not correct Birju. He did not say to Birju that no Birju, this was a bad plan and you should be honest and true to your friend. But instead of giving right instruction, Ratan said to Birju that, yeah, you are telling the right thing. So you should quickly go and take out that money. And as Ratan supported Birju's idea or plan, the wrong plan. But since Birju got the support from his father, At night only he went to that particular place, to the orchard where they had put all the money, and he took all the money and kept the empty bag inside the pit and then covered it. Now, scene 3. So, on the same day itself, students, what we read in scene 2 was that on the same day itself, Birju went to that particular place and he took out the money. But now, scene 3, see what happened. A few days later, Birju met Hira in the village. Birju. Now see what Birju says. Birju says, Hira, I need some money for daily needs. Let's go and take some money from the pit. So after some days, Birju's acting started. He pretended in front of Hira that whatever money he had, it was over and he needed some more money. So a few days, here again few is an adjective. Birju meets Hira in the village. And Birju's plan, again, that means he was always having plans and plans in his mind. Birju said to Hira, Hira, I need some money. Some is adjective. I need some money for daily needs. That means whatever money he had, it was over. Let's go and take out some money from the pit. Now what did Hira say? Sure, I too need to take out some money. Let's go now. So Hira was very honest, sincere and good person. So as soon as Birju suggested, Hira also said that okay, I am also having some problem and I also need some money. That means his share also was over. So he said that you have suggested a good idea. Let us both go to that particular place that is in that orchard and take out some money from our own share which we have put in the pit. So Hira was not having any idea about what Birju had already done because he had full faith on his friend. Since he was loyal, so he also expected Birju to be loyal. So in scene 3, what we came to know is that both of them had a plan now to go back to that orchard, take out their own share of money and return back.
Now students, in scene 2 and scene 3, which I read just now, what did we come to know? We come to know that after collecting a lot of money, both of them, that is Hira and Birju, they decided to return back to their village. While they were returning, Birju was cunning in nature and always negative thoughts were running in his mind. So he suggested that we should not take this large amount of money along with us to the village. Otherwise, everyone would borrow from us and we have to lend. So why not let us hide this money in this orchard. That means what is the orchard? A land where fruit trees are grown. So they decided a place, they dug a pit and then they put their money, that means a large share of the money, that means a maximum more of the amount, in a bag and inside the pit and covered it with mud and dry leaves. And then with a small amount of money, both of them went to their homes. Now, another plan was being made in the house of Birju. At night, Birju and his father, they were talking and Birju had another plan in his mind. Dirty plan. And what was his plan? He was having a feeling that it was his idea that they went to the city and collected so much of money or earned so much of money. So the whole money belonged to Birju. And just think, students, his father also agreed to the same thing. His father said that definitely you are correct, because although we know that Hira is hardworking, honest, but it would have been vain if Hira did not go to the city, or if he would have stayed here only, then his honesty and his hardworking would not fetch him so much of money. So he went to the city. That is why they could earn the money. So the plan was totally Birju's. So Birju said that now my plan is, my second course of action is that I will be going to that particular place and take out the money and from the pit, and I will not inform to Hira. And then in scene 3, both of them met after a long time, and now they decided that whatever money, little money they had, it was over. They should go to that particular place and they should take out the bag and take out some money. So this was what I read now in scene 2 and scene 3. Now let us see some of the words which we came across while the reading. The first word which we came across is orchard. It's a noun. It means a piece of land with fruit trees. That means a place where only fruit trees are grown. Next is bury. It's a verb here. It means to put or hide something under the ground. So put or hide underground. And what did they hide? The bag full of money. Adventures. Noun. An unusual and exciting experience. An unusual and exciting experience. Next is idea. That is Birju's idea. It's a noun. It means suggestion as to a possible course of action. That means it is a suggestion that what you are going to do next. Course of action. That is a planning. Pit. Here it is a noun. A large hole in the ground. I am repeating it once again, students. The first word is orchard. Noun, a piece of land with fruit trees. Bury, it's a verb. Put or hide underground. Adventures, noun, an unusual and exciting experience. Idea, noun, suggestion as to a possible course of action. And the last one is pit, noun, a large hole in the ground. Students, with this I have completed the reading and explanation of the first part of this play, where I have done the explanation of scene 1, 2 and 3. Hope this topic is clear to you. We will be doing the other 2 scenes in the next video. Till then, students, goodbye and take care.